Hello, Stephanie Moore with Remax Marketplace, and I am sitting outside on this February day to tell you about the 12 seasons of weather in Alabama. I know we were all taught that there are 4 seasons of weather, winter, spring, summer, and fall, but in Alabama we have 12. So for those folks who might be in other parts of the country thinking about relocating, or for those new to the area, I want to kind of go over this with you because it can be a shock. And sometimes we might experience many seasons in one day. So we've just come out of winter. The first winter, we say, is, December and early January. And then we have a full spring when the temperatures warm up and it's pleasant and people are back outside. And then we have our second winter. Now this would be our third season. So we've had winter, then we've had our full spring, and then we have our second winter when the temperatures get cold again. You're bundling back up. And then we have the spring of deception. We are now in our spring of deception. You can see that the green is popping on the trees. We see daffodils blooming, but y'all, we're still in February. So this is the spring of deception. There's still more cold weather to come. That's our third winter. So no matter how bad you want to go out and get some pretty flowers to plant, just hold off, because we're going to have another frost. It happens every year, and that is our third winter. The temperatures will go back to freezing, and it will be chilly again during the day, so just hold up. Right behind that third winter, we enter our sixth season, the pollening. Now that sounds dark and ominous because it is. You might have seen or heard of horror movies, The Shining, The Conjuring. The pollening is very dark. So everyone around town has these bulgy red eyes, and our throats are scratchy, and we sound terrible. Maybe like a monster, because we feel like a monster because no one can breathe. That's the pollening in season 6. Season 7. Actual spring. It's beautiful. Unfortunately, it's very short. And then we have summer. Summer hits early, usually in May. And then we have season 9, Hell's Front Porch. This is when it's oppressively hot. I imagine it's sort of like if you're a biscuit in the oven. You just can't escape the heat, and it's miserable. And then we have false fall. So people will think that the hot summer is behind us, and they'll pull out their sweaters and jeans, and they may go to a ball game, and then they're dying because Hell's Front Porch is sneaking back in. And so that's false fall. And then we have our second summer, which is season 11. And again, the temperatures are still very warm, like they are towards the end of May, but this is our second summer. Not oppressive like Hell's Front Porch summer, but still very warm. And then we have our actual fall, which is October, November. I know in other parts of the country, fall comes a little earlier, but our mild temperatures really typically don't hit towards the end of October. So that's 12 seasons. In the spring, you've probably heard we have severe storms, and we very much do. This is when you have a grudge match or a shoving match between the warm fronts coming up from the Gulf Coast and then the cold air from the north and west, and they collide and they push each other and cause these terrible storms. And that's in our spring and also in our fall. So nothing to take lightly. I don't ever show a house where I don't secretly plan where I would go in case of a tornado or bad storm. So if I can answer any questions about Alabama or the weather, or finding a house that might have a good safe spot to hunker down in for a storm, just let me know. Stephanie Moore, Remax Marketplace.